It's okay, no.
So good evening all. Uh, as a part of Hans Bai's handbook presentation.
Sir, sorry to okay, you started the recording. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Good evening all. As a part of Hans Bai's action research, exploratory action research handbook, our team members headed by Mr. Lakshman Vangara as super mentor and myself T. Venkateshwar Rao as mentor, and all our team members are have been presenting these chapters. Now we have come to the last day of the presentations. Today, chapter 8 and 9 presentations are there. Mr. Salim Pasha and Kavita Nirmala. Salim Pasha is going to deal with chapter 8 and Kavita Nirmala is going to deal with chapter 9.
No, sir.
In
I'm
reverse?
going to deal with the 9, sir. Kavita ma'am is going to deal with a 8th module.
Oh, okay, is that right?
Oh.
Madam, you are with the 8, eh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, right, okay. Kavita madam is going to deal with the 8th chapter and Salim Pasha is going to deal with chapter 9. So far, we have discussed what is research, what is action research, what to explore, how to explore, what to find, how to find, what on finding what should a researcher do. All these things we have discussed, and the present stage is what happens. Means when an action research starts. So far we have discussed about what is an action research, how it should be conducted, and now we have devised a plan. Now we have implemented our plan. On implementation of plan, what is the result, what is going to happen, how our experiment, how our action plan, when it is implied used on the applied on the students, or when it is experimented, what are the results and how we have to receive them, how we have to analyze them. All that we are going to discuss in this session. Now I request Kavita Nirmala, PG teacher from Bhimdevarapalli Model School, to deal with the chapter 8, what happens. Now I make you as host, ma'am. You
Yes,
may
sir.
share your screen.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, once again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to day 4 presentations, chapter 8, what happens. Okay. So first, once again, I would like to thank our super mentor, Mr. Lakshman, and mentor, Mr. T. Venkateshwar Rao Garu, and co-researchers. And good evening, everyone, once again. Yeah, as Venkateshwar Rao sir rightly said that this chapter focuses on observing and analyzing the effects of the new actions that we introduce after our exploratory phase. So during the exploratory phase, we teach and we collect the data by inviting the people, by inviting, what do you say, that one of our colleagues, and also with the help of interviews, focus group discussion. Then we collect the data, we analyze that data. Then again, what we change our strategy based on the observations or data we get. Then after implementing our action or after implementing the change, what are the changes or what happens? The same thing we are going to discuss. What happened? Sir, is my screen visible?
Ma'am, yes, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not moving well. Okay. Objectives and learning outcomes of chapter 8, which is mainly focused on observation and analysis of the new action introduced in the action research part of the project. That after implementing the change, yeah. So which helps us in answering our research question, and also in this chapter it is very clearly mentioned about Lorina's success story. And also, we will be recalling all other stories which we discussed or which we read in chapter 1, 2, 3, or the previous chapters. And it also gave us the various tasks to practice. Then clearly and ultimately, what it said is there is no end to the process of discovery or our exploratory action research. So here, what are the, coming to the Lorina story, if we focus on, what are the effects of the change or the changes that we attempt? So here the findings of exploratory research are connected with the basic question, what is the current situation? Then our findings of action research will tell us what happens as a result of the change we implemented. So here in Lorina's exploratory action research, she noticed that her class 9 and 11 students were not engaging with the listening lessons what she gave to them. And what she did, after introducing this listening lessons, she carried out a research phase with the help of surveying the students, conducting a focus group interview, and also she invited a student teacher to observe many of her classes. Then after this exploratory phase, when she collected the data by using survey, interview, and student-teacher observation, she came to know that her students found her audio topics interesting. But as the recordings were very lengthy, they couldn't do the activities. They got irritated actually, because the audio lessons or the listening activities, whatever she provided to the students, they were very interesting, but as they were lengthy, so they were unable to focus and they didn't do the activity at all. Then she also found that her students liked songs instead of normal audio. So she found that the songs which she gave the listening activity, they found very interesting. So why? Because the songs are shorter and the students were able to complete the tasks. So she started adapting audio tasks to make them more like songs. Then what is the change she did? After she came to know that as the listening activities are lengthy, so she modified them. Like she divided the audio lessons or listening activities into sections and created activities. So, which she covered with the help of these listening activity are ordering the information, filling in gaps, underlining the correct word, and crossing the odd one out. So now after this, after she divided them into divided the audio lessons into different sections, the change what she observed. Okay, so yeah, it continued for 2 weeks actually. So by the end of 2 weeks, she observed many changes. So first, the students did all the tasks without any again screen. Sorry for the interruption, sir. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Then now the students were able to finish all the activities when she divided the audio lessons into different sections. Then now they were very with a lot of interest and enthusiasm. They finished, and you know, even in that also she came to know that underlining the correct word, filling in the gaps, crossing the odd one out, they were able to do well. Whereas ordering the information, sequencing, systematic arrangement of information, they were unable to do. Why? Because they found some of the listening material too fast, so that they were unable to cope up with that. So the focus group students told that they got motivated and they were successful as they were able to do the tasks well. Then when student teacher said that they did not get distracted when she changed her attempt. So here what happened, the same thing, what we need to do is based on the data we gather, we need to change. We need to change our strategy so that students will finish them without any difficulty. So here Lorena collected data before and after implementing the change. So using the same methods, but when she analyzed the data from different sources to evaluate whether the effects of her actions had been effective or not. So here,
Hello.
sir,
Yeah,
unable
it's
to
okay.
share this. The slide
Might be
is not being
network
changed.
issue.
Slide is not being changed. Okay. Just a second. So okay. So here, the process of trying to find evidence from different points of view with the different types of information, we call it as triangulation. Yeah. So it is very clear that in the action research phase, uh, what we are going to plan different types of new actions which are related to our teaching. Then we also need to plan prior what kind of data we require in order to answer our question. So after collecting the data, again here, as we discussed in the chapter 5, there are 12 different types of data sources to collect the information. Yeah, after our exploratory research phase. So, and after implementing the change, what are the effects of the change that we attempt, or what happens? So here, even it is clearly mentioned that, yeah. Hello, sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Proceed,
ma'am.
proceed.
Okay. Yeah. So about chapter 5, already we had a discussion, a lengthy discussion about chapter 5. I think I need not go in detail, but here, story of champion teachers like Andrea, Xavier, Mauro, Isabel, uh, how they collected, and what are the changes they implemented and how they were successful. So now it's our turn, like we are going to start our exploratory phase as well as action phase. So now, after we collect the same kind of data, so for our action phase, so are we going to make some changes or any additions or not? Then here, how long after you begin to implement the new action? This is, we need to plan. Then whether we are able to use the same research method, what we discussed here, or we have complete flexibility, like see, if we are not comfortable with the uh, data collection processes, we can go with our own other than these. So we have that. So it is, well, it is, it is a good idea to use that at least one method that is the same as in our exploratory phase. So here, what happens is, with after after collecting the data uh, from exploratory phase, and after implementing the changes, once again we collect the data. Then now what we are going to do? So we compare the exploratory as well as action phase findings. Something happened. Okay. So during this comparing exploratory and action phase findings, like in chapter 4 also, we identified, in chapter 4, what we have done, we identified our own topic and exploratory question. Then coming to chapter 5, by using different data collecting sources, we collected the information that naturally helps answer our question. Then here, now, after exploratory information, the attempt which we do, or the answer, are key questions for the present action question. Now it becomes easy for us to answer effectively. The basic action research question, by comparing the data which we collected earlier and also during the exploratory phase, and the data we collect after the change. Like as we have discussed just now, Lorena did, so the exploratory part of the exploratory action research cycle is essential. So without the earlier observation, it is very difficult for us to find the change. So before before our action phase, we collect the information, and after action phase, we collect the information. Now, then we compare both, so that, yeah. So we come to know that the changes. So here, the main intention of doing this exploratory action research is to build up our confidence levels. And also it gives us a positive classroom. We are going to create a positive classroom atmosphere even. So here, interpreting self-critically. See, according to my opinion, of course, we will be following the various data collection methods. But what I feel is our own reflections are the ultimate observations, what I feel. So interpreting self-critically here. So not only the actions we implement will influence our findings, the other things also may influence. So here the simple tip is, what we need to do is we have to look at our data critically and asking questions ourselves. It's nothing but the self-reflection. So we can think of some questions like what else could have caused the change that I'm noticing. We can go on question ourselves. Even in the chapter 5, we discussed about Andrea's story. So she asked the children to write what they have remembered from the past class or the previous class. So what happened when she asked the students to write what they have remembered in the previous class? Only 23 students didn't remember. 3 were unable to answer at all, and only 8 students answered. Now she implemented the change or the action she introduced. And after that, she found a drastic change, like with her new strategies of wrapping up about her class. Now the change she found, the drastic change she found, like 30 members were able to answer. Out of 34 students, 30 students were able to write what they remembered in the last class. Only 4 students didn't remember or they didn't answer. So here the thing what we need to concentrate, where does that data led us? So noticing the change. Now after noticing the change, what we try to work out what led to it, and is the only first step in an evaluatory change. This is what I then. So what we decide what something means by answering the question. So what, knowing the meaning or value of something in case of teacher research. So it primarily involves knowing what it means for our practice and in relation to the questions what we asked. So it clearly says that a very important characteristic of action research and exploratory action research is that we can continue to adopt and improve the changes that we introduce for as long as we keep teaching. So this is what the final conclusion of this chapter. While continuing the research and we reflect and on the impact of these. So changes, like there is no end to the process of discovery, definitely. So it's a continuous process. It's a cyclic process. Already we have discussed then. So here reflecting on our development. So our exploratory phase is over and we have modified our strategies and we have implemented the same thing in the during the action phase. So we collected the data once again, we have analyzed and observed and we found the change. Now it's time to reflect on our development. So now when we think carefully and deeply about something, the same thing even a champion teacher, Teresa, in chapter 1, she mentioned very quickly that when her boss advised her to play music or classical music in the class, she just took it as, she didn't follow that because as she is not interested and she felt that it looked very silly to her. Then after that, she could find that her students were beneficial after when she implemented. So she found that her students were beneficial. The same thing here. There are so many misconceptions, or sometimes we may feel that we assume that it won't work out, but it's not that. So when we invite the people, or when we conduct the survey, when we take the interview of interview, individual or focus group interview with our students, we should not feel. Definitely, we should accept the change. So here also, Teresa's final reflections when we indicate that she learned several important things, because definitely we can be wrong sometimes, but we should not be scared of this, and we should take this as an opportunity, and we should avoid uh, assuming the things, so that what happens, we can correct ourselves, and definitely we will be successful in our professional development, as well as our students get benefited. So there are some reflections of the teacher champion or champion teachers. We need to stop focusing on our concerns and pay more attention to our students' concerns. As a result of this project, I feel that I'm more empathetic. Camilla says after her action research, exploratory action research, she came out with her reflections she gave. Then, coming to Leila's reflections, I heard my students, I saw myself. Yeah, if you are an experienced teacher and you think that you have nothing to learn from your colleagues and from your students, you are wrong, Andrea says. Then with this exploratory process, I discovered that I was expecting something from my students, but I was not giving them something they needed first. These are the Teresa's findings. Action research is important because education needs teachers who are innovative, who have good ideas, who are aware of their students' needs, and are willing to change their approach. So like this, the different champion teachers gave their reflections. And what I would like to tell you here as a conclusion, uh, definitely this is not only the, I mean, even after our research also, we need to continue. It should be in a continuous process. As we all know that learning is a womb to tomb process. So after our research, because this research gives us the practice to analyze ourselves and to observe our classroom and to implement the changes, so that we grow professionally, as well as we enrich our students' knowledge, so that our students get benefited. So this is all about what happens after we implement the change, or after the action phase. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Lucid presentation, and you have made everything very clear. A researcher will be empathetic when he is in the shoe of the student or the learner. He can understand the feeling, their ideas, their means. We have to see at the, when we want to experiment or when we want to make a change, we have to see from their end, from their observation, from their we have to see their problem, then only we may have success. So in this we have to take the opinions of others also, means our colleagues, our co-researchers, and reflective writings of the students, and even from friends, even from our super mentor or mentor, and even our recordings, even responses from the students when you give questions, all that we have to take into consideration when you want to make a change in that. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now I request.
So sorry, a lot of disturbance. I don't know what
It's
happened.
okay. It's okay. It happens. It's quite common. Uh, anyway, nice presentation, ma'am. I request Lakshman sir to reflect on it.
Thank you, Venkateshwar Rao sir. Kavita madam, really you did a wonderful job in your presentation. what happened. This is actually the ultimate aim of
Excuse me, sir.
researcher who
1 minute,
carried
please,
out
please. 1 minute.
the
Sir, if the meeting ends, join with the same
Right.
link again. Right. Thank you. Carry on.
right. So anyway, the action research is nothing but reflecting one's own practice. So here, this is a reflective phase actually. So how our action worked out, what changes has been taken place. So could we address all the problems which we find in our exploratory stage? So these are all will be uh, addressed at this stage, and it's you rightly said the comparison between exploratory stage and action phase. So then we are at the end of to bring some conclusions or findings. How much we are successful and what kind of results we have seen with this action. And one more, you rightly pointed out that this is a never-ending process. So after looking at the findings, again we need to replan, then put the strategies into action. Then the cycle goes on like that. So this is really a very important stage in the any action research phase, because this only decides the next cycle. How should we do in the next cycle? Is it necessary or not? So and collection of data. You have enlisted 12 points. All are very important at this stage. We need to look into them. The what the reflective diaries of the teachers, students, and our co-researchers and the team members. Everything will be give you some rich data to write the findings of this action research. Anyway, congratulations, madam, and all the best for your uh, next phases. Thank you,
Thank you.
TV Rao, sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
sir.
sir. I wish some other participant.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. This is Shyam Sundar Reddy, sir.
Sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. Congratulations, ma'am. You excellently shown how we should be empathetic over the student issues and the problems. To identify, we have to put our leg in their shoe. Then only we can understand the total back problems and what he is going to do and how the situation is going around him in sympathetic way and empathetic way. This must needed a teacher. It is a really good topic to understand about the student. After that, we can simply get the data from the student. That is the way she took the topic and expressed her view on data presentation or data collecting and how to understand the student. Thank you, madam. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sham sir. And any other would like to reflect?
Kavita ma'am, hearty congratulations on your clear presentation. So gradually, we are going to reach our target from the first chapter to last chapter. And one more